This week on LSMN Overtime, we'll be looking at boys basketball playoffs. We're highlighting the Hebron Lady Hawks soccer team, and we'll talk to the Flower Mound girls soccer coach about his milestone win. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of LSMN Overtime. I'm Tori Stevens. Let's start off with boys basketball. We're finishing the bi-district round of the state playoffs. The Colony, Lewisville, and Marcus were all playing Tuesday night. Starting over at Hebron on Tuesday night, where Marcus played against Allen in a bi-district matchup, the game started with both teams struggling to score a basket. Thanks to some great defense, three-point shooter by freshman Jaden Ramnanan gave some hope to the Marauders, but better offense by Allen gave them the lead heading into the half. Allen started the second half on a mission to make the Marauders' offense uncomfortable by trapping them and forcing turnovers, which led to points at the other end. Allen had all of the momentum heading into the fourth quarter with a 9-point lead. Marcus tried to trap the Eagles with a full-court pass, but Allen found it easy to beat and increased their lead even more. The Marauders' season ended as Allen defeated them 71-58. Lewisville snuck into the playoffs, beating Hebron in a play-in game. Lewisville took on fourth-ranked Geyer Wildcats Tuesday night in Lake Dallas for bi-district. The Farmers got off to a good start, led by great three-point shooting from number 0, Adrian Banks, giving the Farmers a 13-6 lead in the first quarter. However, the Wildcats kept fighting and took their lead going into half 40-36. Geyer picked up where they left off, led by number 21, Kyron Lindsay, scoring 6 unanswered points, taking a controlling 46-36 lead. However, Banks kept hitting from the three-point line for the Farmers. He finished with 25 points. Lewisville couldn't sustain the attack as the Wildcats defeated the Farmers 73-60, ending the Farmers' playoff run. The Colony also played a Tuesday night against Frisco Memorial, losing a close game 60-67. Year after year, LASD turns out some of the best soccer teams in Texas. Alex Salazar takes a look at Hebron Lady Hawks, who are currently ranked 4th in the state.
The Lady Hawks have been outstanding this season, as they are the district leaders and they are pushing for the title.
We try to play every game, try to get better each game, find a different facet to work on. Last game we scored a lot, but we need to work more on possession and build up.
They also have a key player, Ariana Jemison, the current scoring leader in the district.
Ari's a spark plug. She's awesome. Taylor Cheesham's right there with her. I think one has 11, one has 10. Yeah, they're goal scorers. They're dominant on the field. They're great kids, and they're both just juniors.
The Lady Hawks are seeking their second victory over the reigning state champions, Flower Mound.
It was a huge win. I mean, we actually gave them their only loss last year. They went like 22-1. We beat them in district and felt like, we should have been able to make a run like that. Yeah, beating Flower Mound was huge. Beating them the second time is going to be even harder.
I think we all just need to be checked in. It's a big game, and hopefully this time around we can beat them. We just got to play our game like we played against Allen, just find feet and play simple and finish the game early.
We shouldn't undermine their play in any way, and we should come out there with the same intensity, and I think we'll have a similar result.
They're a great team. I mean, they're ranked, Coppell is ranked, Marcus is ranked. We have 4 teams in our district in the top 10.
I love these girls. We're a big family, and we just got to keep playing our game and playing for each other.
The Lady Hawks certainly have a lot on their mind nearing the end of the season. Reporting for LSMN Overtime, I'm Alex Salazar.
The Lady Hawks traveled to Flower Mound to take on their district rival and reigning state champion Tuesday night. Both teams struggled on their attack in the first minutes of the game. Hebron had 2 dangerous shots in the first half, blocked by Flower Mound goalkeeper Maya Cordova and a Flower Mound defender. Hebron would then concede a corner kick later in the half, with Flower Mound almost scoring a goal with a header. In the second half, Flower Mound led the attack and managed to stay dangerously close to the goal, but failed to score. Hebron continued to push to try to gain the lead, but couldn't score before the end of the match. The game ended in a 0-0 tie, and the Lady Jags kept the first-place Hawks away from sweeping their season series. We'll be hearing from Flower Mound's coach, Sapos, later in this episode. Now for soccer scores. Around the district, on the girls' side, Marcus beat Plano 2-1. Hebron and Flower Mound tied 0-0. The Colony lost to a close against Rock Hill 2-3, and Lewisville was flattened by Plano East, losing 5-1. Moving to the men's side, Plano and Marcus were evenly matched, tying 1-1. Flower Mound overcame Hebron 2-1. The Colony took a beating against Rock Hill, losing 4-1, and Lewisville tied Plano East 1-1. LESD schools are dominating the women's standings, with Hebron leading the pack at 7-0-2, followed by Marcus and Flower Mound close behind. For the men's standings, Marcus is ranked second at 4-1-2 in district, with Lewisville in fourth place at 3-3-3. Flower Mound football player Caden Jensen was personally invited to the next 100 level top athlete showcase. This tight end will hope to be among the 500 current D1 college and 75 professional athletes who have gone through the event. This 6'6" player will be performing drills and facing off against other prospects, hoping that scouts take notice. Marcus baseball had a great season in 2021 and is looking to continue their success. Harley Smith has a look at the team.
The Marcus baseball team spent most of last year ranked in the top 10, but were defeated in the regional semifinals. With a young team, the Marauders are looking to build on last year's success.
Our expectations is literally get better daily, but at the same time, it never falters. Like, we want to have a chance at the end and hopefully have a long run like we've always had. Tate Evans was an all-district player. He's actually the leading strikeout guy in the state of Texas that is returning. Jake Dewar just committed to TCU, and we have a lot of expectations for him. He was, again, Offensive Player of the Year in our district last year. We have a lot of new faces and a lot of new players on our team.
Some of those new faces include new assistant coach Jamie Ball.
Coach Ball, he wanted to be a part of one of the better programs, and I feel like we fit that mold. And we have really good players and really good community, and a lot of support within the community. And he just want to learn how that whole process works.
He's been helping us a lot in practice and pushing our guys to be perfect every rep. And sometimes we get lazy, but he keeps us accountable for every rep, no matter if we're tired or it's late in the day. He always keeps us accountable to be our best.
The Marauders are hoping to showcase their talent as they travel to California and compete in the Tri-State Classic Tournament.
We're going to go play some of the best teams in the country, top teams in the country. And so, we're going to find out real quick how good we are.
Current predictions have the Marauders as one of the top programs in state. We'll see if this young team can maintain these high expectations.
For LSMN Overtime, I'm Harley Smith.
The UIL State Championship swim meet took place over the weekend at one LASD swimmer made quite the splash. Here's Alex Salazar with this week's Spotlight.
Thanks, Tori. This week's Spotlight goes out to Caleb Iqbal, a senior for the Colony swimming team. Last week at the state swim meet, Iqbal broke his team's 100-yard free with a time of 45.74. This was good enough for third place in the 5A state 100-yard freestyle. Iqbal then finished in the top 10 in the 50-yard freestyle. He is currently ranked in the top 50 in the state and is hoping to continue his strong performance in swimming. For LSMN Overtime, I'm Alex Salazar. Back over to Tori at the sports desk.
Flower Mound Lady Jags are the reigning soccer state champs, coming off their fourth playoff appearance in 10 years. Coach Misael Sapos was last year's Region 1 Coach of the Year, and he just celebrated his 450th win. DJ Crichton sits down with Coach Sapos in this week's Coach's Corner.
I'm DJ Crichton, and I'm here with Coach Misael Zappos, the head coach of the Flower Mound ladies soccer team. Your team is ranked top 5 in the district. How have you and the ladies worked to get to where you are?
A lot of hard work on the field and off the field. Repetition in certain things that makes us successful. We're a very, very possession-oriented team, so we spend a lot of time trying to fine-tune our pattern of play, our possession, make sure we have the ball as much as possible and create opportunities while we go forward with the ball. And off the field, we spend quite a bit of time in the weight room trying to improve strength and conditioning through the weight room so we don't get, number one, injuries, and number two, our cardiovascular conditioning is good enough to be able to play 80 minutes.
Seems like a great game plan. LISD is a powerhouse when it comes to soccer, especially Hebron, being first in the district and top 5 in the state. What has it been like to face such challenging teams?
We're very fortunate we get the type of kids we get, and very coachable. And very good with the ball. And like I said, the hard work always pays off. And they have trust in us and we have trust in them, and when we trust each other, good things happen.
Sounds like you have a great relationship with your kids, and that's always something good as a coach. Last year, you had a prestigious season and became state champions. Are you expecting a similar outcome this season?
Well, it's a complete different team, a complete different, excuse me, the team has different needs. We ended up losing 7 starters from last year's team. Several went to college early. 3 of them went to college early and 4 graduated normal. So, we started kind of slow, but I think our quality of play has improved in the last few games. We struggled to score goals early in the game. I think that's kind of turned around. Whether or not our goal right now is to get into the playoffs, and once we get into the playoffs, hopefully we get some injured kids back too, and see what happens. It's very difficult to repeat in the state of Texas. There's a lot of good teams just within our district. There's 4 or 5 teams that can be state champions. So we'll be there hopefully, and once we get in, then we'll try our best.
Well, sounds like you're on the upstart. Recently, you reached a total of 450 career wins. What does reaching a milestone like this mean for you and your players?
I don't know what it means for the players. For me, it just means I'm getting older. I've been in this business for a long time. This is my 34th year as a teacher, 32nd year as a coach, and I've been very blessed. I've had some really good players go through every program that I've been into. They buy into my system. I like to think they enjoy my training sessions. They work hard for me and I work hard for them. And thanks to them, I was able to accomplish that 450 win.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you, sir.
Before we leave, make sure to check out the next LSMN game of the week on Friday, March 4th at Hebron Stadium. The Lady Hawks soccer team will host Marcus in a district showdown. The broadcast can always be found on YouTube at LASD AV Productions. For LSMN Overtime, I'm Tori Stevens. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.